I'm honestly surprised this is happening again so soon, because it hasn't been that long since I did my first tag video, and I've already been tagged again not once but twice. So, what is up guys, it is your favorite otaku Lotus here today, and welcome back to the Nerdcore Nerd Corner, and yes, today I will be bringing you another anime tag video, and I was tagged again by two people whom I will shout out right now, and that would be Anime Spectator, a great guy who also does anime and manga content, as well as the lovely young lady Bryn's Fandoms, who also does anime and manga content. So I will leave links to both of their videos and channels in the description down below, so be sure to check them out. And also I'll leave a link to my Twitter page where you guys can follow me and interact with me, and we can talk about all things anime and manga related if you so choose. With that out of the way, we can jump straight into this, and the very first question is, how old were you when you first started watching anime? Now, I've been watching anime for pretty much as long as I can remember. Like, some of my earliest memories of my childhood are of watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z on television at around the age of 3 or 4. And so, honestly, I could say that I've been watching anime my entire life, but we could take it in another direction and say, how old was I when I knew what anime was and I was pursuing it actively and I was calling myself a fan of anime? And that was around the age of 8 or 9 years old. No, probably 7 or 8. I'd say 8 at the least, because that's around the time I got into Naruto. And Naruto was the first manga that I started reading, and I found out about reading manga online. I started watching episodes in Japanese with the English subtitles, and that just opened up this whole new world to me. I learned more about what anime was and what other shows were considered anime, and then anime versus American cartoons. Because even though I grew up watching Toonami and loving shows like Rurouni Kenshin and Yu Yu Hakusho and Hikaru no Go, Prince of Tennis and stuff like that, I wasn't aware for the most part until later on that those shows were Japanese shows, that those shows were considered, you know, quote unquote anime. And I guess it was around the time that I got into Naruto that I learned about all of that and much more, and that was when my anime experience really took off and I became more of a hardcore serious anime fan. So around the age of 8 years old, I think is a good answer. Second question is, what inspires and motivates you to keep doing YouTube? Well, I love what I do. I'm very passionate about anime and manga. It's been a huge part of my life for basically my entire life, and it's something that I don't think I'll ever get tired of or grow out of. Also, I love photography and videography, so creating videos is a lot of fun for me. I mean, a lot of fun. Like, I love editing. I know a lot of people think it's tedious and they aren't very fond of it, but me personally, I really enjoy sitting down, opening up my editing software, and just, you know, dividing up clips and adding music and adding all these different transitions and effects. Even though it's a very frustrating process a lot of the times, because, you know there's always that, oh, my computer sucks, or why can't this go this direction, and why isn't this working the way I wanted to? But that's just part of the experience. So it's a process, but it's a fun process. Even though it can be frustrating at times, I do thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm passionate about what I do. I get to have a lot of great conversations with people in the comments section. I get to meet a lot of people who also love the things that I love, and that's really all I need to keep me inspired and keep me motivated, because I love what I'm doing, and it's just a wonderful experience. And for the most part, it's been very, very positive. I don't think I've run into any negativity, and I'm sure it'll happen eventually, because that's just how the internet and society works, is that you're always going to have those negative people, those haters, or people who just disagree just for the sake of it and just want to get into an argument or want to make you feel bad in some type of way. But I won't ever let that get to me, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because I love it. Third question is, what is your favorite genre, and what do you think is your favorite anime of that genre? Now, I answered a question similar to this in the last tag video, and I didn't really know how to answer it at the time, but after giving it a lot more thought, because I've been contemplating that question in particular since I answered it, and I've figured out that I've come to the conclusion that the supernatural genre is definitively my favorite, because after considering all the anime I've seen and the ones that I really, really love, the majority of them come from that genre. And I'd have to say that my number one from that would be Yu Yu Hakusho, because gotta give respect to the classics. It's a 90s classic that I grew up watching on television. It's something that I love a lot. It's one of my all-time favorites, and I think it's rightfully deserving as my number one favorite supernatural anime. But there are some others that come close. Number 4, what is your favorite type of YouTube video to make? That would easily have to be the sustaining industry videos, you know, my anime manga haul videos, as well as the unboxings. But I'd probably give the edge to the sustaining industry videos because of the awesome intros that I do. Granted, I've done some intros, and I always do for the unboxing videos, and I have a very special one coming up soon that I hope you guys are all gonna love. But I get a lot of positive feedback from the sustaining industry videos, and those were the most popular until I started doing the My Hero Academia reviews, but I think those are still pretty popular, and I have a lot of fun and I get a lot of enjoyment out of creating, filming, and editing those videos, and just having these visions in my head of how I want the intro to look, and then syncing it up with the music and seeing it come to life. It's a very gratifying and satisfying experience, and then it's just multiplied exponentially once I get the comments of all those people telling me, you know, I love the intro, I love the quality of your videos, yo, the intro was so sick, yo, I wish I could edit like that. And even though it's very frustrating at times, you know, when I'm doing it, I'm enjoying it while I'm doing it, and I love it. And so those are easily my favorite videos to make, because I get to talk about everything that I bought without sounding like a show-offy jerk. I get to, you know, find out what other people have bought and add it to their collections, and then have these great conversations. And yeah, I really love creating intros. That's my favorite thing that I probably do on YouTube, are my sustain the industry videos. And then the very last question before we get out of here is, do you have friends outside the internet who watch anime, or have you gotten anyone into anime? The very few friends that I do have and associate with, they all like anime to some extent. Whether they're as big a fan of me, or a smaller fan, or even a bigger fan, pretty much everyone that I know is into anime to some extent. And have I gotten anyone into anime? Yeah, I'd like to think that I've gotten a fair few amount of people into anime, including the person I would consider my best friend, my homie James. Shout out to my boy James real quick. He doesn't do YouTube or anything, but you know, if you happen to be watching this, what's good, homie? But yeah, a few years ago, I was watching Rosario plus Vampire at the crib, and he came over. We were just chilling, kicking it that day, and I was cracking up at it. And he's like, "Bro, what are you watching?" And he starts watching it with me, and he thought it was hilarious. And then ever since that day, he's been more into anime. Because even though I tried to get him into it and tell him about how awesome so many of these shows were, he never really was into it. But for whatever reason, that show, I guess just because we both thought it was so funny, he liked it. He watched it, and ever since then he's asked me about a few other shows, and even asked me for recommendations once or twice. So yeah, I'd like to think that I got him into anime, even though he's nowhere near as big a fan of it as I am. He's even more casual than casual. He's definitely somewhat of a fan of anime. But yeah, that's it. Very short tag video, only 5 questions. I'll leave them in the description down below so you guys can see all the questions and answer them in the comment section yourself if you want to, or maybe do the tag video yourself. But I am going to tag a couple of people before I get out of here. Number 1 being Azrael Sword 100, dope dude who also does, you know, anime haul videos, as well as Otaku Joe, another content creator who does anime haul videos as well. So definitely check out both of their channels. I'll leave links in the description down below. Definitely do this tag if you guys want to. You don't have to, but you know, if you did, that'd be cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So hit this video with a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, so you guys can stay tuned for all the awesome content that I'm bringing you. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I have for today, so I will catch you guys next time. Later.